Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today on this fine Saturday morning as we prepare to face up against Sheffield United? It's going to be a huge game for Derby County as they look to continue their run of form over the course of recent weeks, which has put Derby County in a position where they could potentially hit those playoff positions over the course of the next couple of games. Now, obviously, that is all well and good, and it's all going to come from a range of different factors. However, we're going to discuss it all in this live stream. We're going to discuss the questions around the first team picture. We're going to discuss what could happen in that right wing back position with obviously Max Johnston picking up an injury. We're going to discuss all those sort of things. How you doing, Fred, bro? Up the Rams? Absolutely, my friend, absolutely. We've got a lot that we're going to cover in this live stream. So if you haven't done so already, smash the like button. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, all that jazz. Hit the follow button as well so that you can stay tuned for all of the content. And those of you that are on TikTok, we do go live over on Twitch and YouTube as well. So make sure you head yourselves over there as well. Now, there's a lot of things that we can discuss in regards to this, and that is exactly what we are going to do today. We are going to discuss everything in regards to the situation at Derby County. Do you think we will win today? I certainly think it is a possibility. I think we've got a very good opportunity against Sheffield United here, where we can definitely make something happen and definitely put them under pressure. Probably in the minority, but I don't think Ward is the answer today. Fair enough. We win these. Let's hope, PC. Let's hope, my friend. There's lots of different discussions that can be had in regards to this. I'm going to put together my team while I'm talking to you guys, and then obviously I'll put it up on screen like I have done recently. Lewis Travis is your cousin. When's he going to be back fit, Ollie? When is he going to be back fit? Just do not like Burrows versus Ward. I get that. I get that. That is that would be an interesting scrap. But you've also got to think, as much as we might not like Burrows against Ward, what's the feeling in regards to Niambi and going forwards? Now, realistically, that's the only real discussion. I don't really need to discuss the lineup that much. So yeah, it's one of those. I'm not entirely sure. Hey Lewis, you're right, me. I used to be Richard Greaves, but I changed my name for to come with Richard. Absolutely, my friend. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. Welcome in, user. Is that Driller? I'm not sure if that's Driller or not because he was user for a while. I think we draw 1-1 today. Ben Brereton Diaz scoring against his former club. Let's hope. Let's hope. Is there a watch along for today's game? If so, at what time? Yes, there will be. I'll be coming off this at around 11:15, and then the watch along stream will start between 2 and 1:30, and then obviously be going until the end of the game. Agree, but I'd also say that our right hand side is still not as impactful as our left. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So yeah, as I said, Richard, the stream will be about an hour long. So till about 11:15, mate. Till about 11:15. Congratulations to them Blades in advance on the win today. Let's hope not. Yeah, can you call me Richard, please? Absolutely, mate. You'll probably just have to remind me when you first hop into stream that you want me to call you Richard, because I will forget. I'm like unbelievably forgetful. So keep that in mind. So yeah, there's a lot that can be discussed today. Like, let's not beat around the bush. It's a very, very interesting position in which we find ourselves in. Lineup prediction. I pretty much think it'll be the same team as what played versus QPR. I don't think the team will change at all, apart from obviously the obvious Max Johnston. But obviously, who goes there is purely dependent on what you want, if that makes sense. Do you want to be a bit more defensively solid with Ryan Niambi, or do you want to be a little bit more out there and in the open with Joe Ward? So it's interesting. I think we should discuss the midfield going forward. We can get into that discussion. Absolutely, we can get into that discussion. Going to the game today, going to be a tough one. It will be a tough one. Agent BBD and Ryan Brewster to score 2 OGs to get us over the line. I hope absolutely not. I do hope not. So, okay then. Kai wants to talk about the midfield. Now, some of you probably watch my YouTube channel. Some of you maybe don't. I'm not entirely sure. But there has been a rumour flying about in regards to Ebou Adams potentially going and joining Luton Town, which obviously picked up a decent bit of traction over on YouTube, to be honest with you. And I like Ebou Adams for his defensive standpoint, but in terms of other side of the game, I'm not entirely sure. So for me, I really think we sort of need to sort of step away from the Ebou Adams type midfield and move more towards the David Ozo, Bobby Clark midfield, in my opinion. But obviously, we will see. I see what you're doing there, Sam. I see what you're doing there. I'd drive him there. I miss Brewster, to be honest, was decent last season. Yeah, he's been decent for us when he's played. I think we play Warders. He can put a very good ball in. Also, his free kicks. Yeah, I agree. So Richard has put his team in the chat. My team for today, 3-4-2-1. Zetterstrom, Langas, Clark, Sanderson, Ward, Ozo, Clark, Elder, Brereton, Diaz, Adjumang and Morris. I think that's a decent side, to be fair. Score prediction today, and are you going? No, I will be live between 2 and half past to discuss the game, go through everything that happens over the course of the match. Joe Ward's the best crosser at the club. I agree. I won't be able to join in a week's time for Blackburn away game as I'm going. Hope you enjoy it, Richard, bro. Hope you enjoy it. Why would Ebou drop to League One? Guaranteed football. In terms of score prediction, if you just give me 2 seconds, I can pull it up on screen for me so I know what I've put. So I put Derby County will win 3-2. I put Derby County will win 3-2. I did. Have you played Champs? Yes, I played yesterday. It was live on Twitch. I think the VOD should be up. if you want to go and check it out. Weird weekend, let's put it that way. Thoughts on my new name on YouTube? Why Jimmy? Why have you changed? That's the question I have. Gadgeman on the left, he's brilliant there. I agree. I think we saw the quality of Bobby Clark when he's central and has Ozo as the breaker. Yeah, I agree. See you later, Sambro. See you later. What did you get? 7 and 8. But it. To be honest with you, I don't really know how to discuss Champs, to be honest with you. Thoughts on Lewis getting a 10-second penalty? Jaden, go and check out the F1 channel. I did a full video discussing the penalty. I did a full video discussing the penalty. Because if I'm honest with you, it was a weird one. It was definitely a weird one. But yeah, the video, I think it went live 3 days ago. I think, if I remember rightly. I'll go and check for you. I will go and check for you. But I think it went live 2 or 3 days ago. It's like 8 minutes long, I think. Yeah, 4 days ago, I spoke about it. Posted a video yesterday about Ferrari and their shit. How you doing, football fan, bro? How you doing, Adjumang? If Lewis got one, Max and Charles agree. I know it's far away, but I think the midfield needs boosting in January. 100% agree. Think you might lose today? I hope not. Are you going to collect the EFL sticker collection? The first pictures are out. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm all good, thanks, football fan. I'm all good. And you as well, Josh. How are you, bro? How are you? Josh Han, 2003. Caden Jackson out for the season. I've not seen anything in that regard, but nothing would surprise me with Derby County. Let's put it that way. Nothing would surprise me. Go on, Derby, win me some money. We can hope, Tom. We can hope. Let's hope they put some money in your back pocket. I should probably start at some point putting bets on. Can't believe Max is out till December. Who do we have for right back? Niambi. Yeah, it would be Niambi or Joe Ward. I just keep seeing Saka for Jackson. Fuck it, go for it. Go for it. So Richard isn't my real name, it's my dad's name, and he never realised that I was using his name on your streams. His mates used to nickname him Jimmy when he was younger, so he switched it. Oh, okay, fair enough, that's okay. Would be glad if Jackson was out for the season. I think many people would be, to be honest with you. All good, looking forward to today and next week is going, but stupid we only got 2,800. Yeah, I agree. It was ridiculous. I don't understand why we got such little... what's it called, numbers, but I guess they're just scared of being overrun by Derby County fans. Hope we get 3 wins today. Fingers crossed. Is there a chance of a Beck introduction? Yes, but I wouldn't expect it, if that makes sense. Are you going to be live on the gaming channel now as you've got over 50 subscribers? I subbed this morning, by the way. That is the plan. I just need to sort out my software so that I can stream over there and on YouTube and stuff. That's what I need to get sorted before I can do that, but we'll deal with that as time goes on. Do you reckon we have the same squad today? Yes, apart from obviously Max Johnston. That'll be the only change that we will see in my personal opinion, because obviously Max Johnston will be unavailable. Who do you think starts in Max's position? I personally think it'll be Joe Ward, if I'm honest. Big one today. You doing a watch along? Yes, bro. I will be live. I will be live for the game, 100%. The safety car at the end protected Charles and Behrman. It did. Yes, it did. Absolutely. It absolutely protected them. It did. You've seen how much Coventry are charging now. Wasn't they charging 45 quid or something? Will Hughes pre-contract will be generational. Let's hope. Let's hope and pray. Let's hope and pray. If we can get Will Hughes on a pre-contract, I'd be absolutely buzzing. Thoughts on Johnston's injury? I'm not surprised by the length, by any stretch of the imagination. I anticipated that it would be at least a couple of months minimum. To be honest. Can Ibu play? Yes. I take 1-0, but 3-0 or 2-0 will be good. I agree. Prediction for today, I said 3-2 Derby. 45 for an adult, 35 for child. That is ridiculous. And there's no reason for safety car. Absolute joke. We've robbed of a Max class. Yeah, it would have been a good race from Max. 10 out of 10 performance against QPR. Yes, it was. Lewis, how come you aren't there today, mate? I don't go to away games. I don't do away games, unfortunately, for personal reasons. Thoughts on Coventry's first defeat of the season was always going to come, but was shocked it was at Wrexham. If I'm completely honest, I'm not shocked that it was a team like Wrexham. If I'm completely honest, I think when you look at the way Coventry play, they're very expansive, and it's teams like Wrexham who utilise physical ability and things like that that normally open up those doors. Appreciate the roses, Harley. Appreciate that. It's those sort of teams that normally get the better of those types of teams, in my opinion, I think. But I will be honest, the interesting thing now will be how they bounce back. It will. Hughes on a contract till summer 27. Is he? I didn't realise that. 3-2 Derby. Who do you think's scoring 3 goals? Morris, Ajimang, Brewster off the bench. United to win 4-0. My prediction for today is 4-1 Derby. A bit risky, but yeah, let's hope. What do you think score will be? 3-2, mate. Is this a league game? Yes. Score prediction, 3-2. John be amazing. Since he joined us, we get to playoffs this season. That would be a dream. I'd be happy if we just finished like 12th. That's why I think we'll be so good going forward now, because we aren't afraid to go out. Exactly. It's these sorts of games where you just need to be able to hit your front man, utilise your wide players, and if we can do that, we will score goals. Sheffield United lost loads of games at the start of the season. Yeah, they did. I think 2 for Morris, 1 for Ajimang, 1 for Langas. Love it. Are you going to the game in midweek? Hull at home? Yes, I will be there. I will be there. Be there or be square, as some people would say. We were dreadful last week, QPR. Yeah, you weren't anywhere near what I was expecting of QPR, to be honest. I thought you was going to be so much better. Not going to lie. I was baffled by the performance. Not being rude, but why did you start this stream at 10:15, such a random time? I've been having some technical issues which I was dealing with. I was going to start at 10, but because of the technical issues, I had to reset my PC and stuff. So it took a little bit longer. It did. It took a little bit longer. I'm more scared for Hull than Sheffield United. That's fair. That is fair. We had a massive off day. We were awful. 4-hour trip to see one shot. Yeah, you must have been absolutely buzzing about that. Who is your favourite player? So my favourite player at Derby County is probably Carlton Morris right now. But on a normal day, if he wasn't... What's it called? If he wasn't on loan, it would have been Kenzo, to be honest. Going to the game today, 4 games in 8 days. I'm going to. Hopefully we score in front of the away end. Fingers crossed. Lewis, random question. Have you ever had a Bovril at the football? I haven't, no. I actually haven't. Which is always interesting. I've not had a Bovril. No Bovril for me. We will batter them. Let's hope. Let's hope and pray. Because if we can pick up another win, we'll be absolutely flying. Like, genuinely we'll be flying. We will be in such a good position if we can pick up a win or two. We will. And the thing is, if we can go into the international break with what? Say 3 wins out of 5, which I think we could make it. Would it be 3 wins out of 5? 4 wins out of 5? Something like that. We could be unbelievable. Never been an easy place to go. I'll take a draw. Yeah, I'd probably take a draw today. They seem to be getting better under Chris Wilder as well, which is obviously massively important for them. But we've just got to be careful not to get complacent for me. We've got to not get complacent and we'll be fine. We played best in the first half, I think. Let's hope. 1-0 Derby, says Hudson. Has your missus gone on holiday yet? Yes, she went on Wednesday. She did. She left me stranded and lonely. January transfer predictions. That is an interesting one, to be honest with you, because we need to make moves out first. And to make moves out is going to be difficult in January. Now, I think that if Bobby Clark goes, we've got to go and get a central midfielder, obviously. But we've got to be careful for me. We're gonna have to sort of wait and see what happens with January, to be honest. We need to get more of a full picture of what the squad's going to look like come like end of December. And then I can give a real proper prediction. Bobby Clark has gone to Celtic. It's not confirmed yet, and with the change of manager there, it might not happen. Ibua, I think, is more of a League One type player. We'll definitely get another Blackburn midfielder. What lineup and formation would you play? I'd stick with pretty much the same thing as what we did last week. Sign a Leeds player on loan or somebody else. Yeah, we'll probably sign someone on loan. I'd definitely take a point today. Would obviously prefer a win, but 1-1 draw for me. Will be a great footballing week for you. Who do you think leaves in January? Realistically, I think it's hard to have that conversation right now. Because obviously the ones that you'd probably put potentially as on the way out is Joe Ward, Ryan Niambi maybe, Caden Jackson, Corey Blackett-Taylor. You've got, who else could, obviously there's Bobby Clark who could potentially leave. You've got Ebo Adams, who's being rumoured with a move away. So there's all these sorts of situations that are ongoing that could make so many different changes to how we handle the window. I do think it's a little bit early to be discussing what we're going to do, if that makes sense. Because ultimately, if Bobby Clark picks up an injury next week and is out for 6 months, Ebro Adams won't leave in January, if that makes sense. So there's a few different discussions we can have. Who would you play there now? There's no Johnston. I'd go with Joe Ward personally. 2-1 Blades says R builds wealth. I hate to say it, but I think Liam Thompson could go. Our biggest issue for me was not going to get a ball-playing midfielder like Moa or even Bolassa. Yeah, I agree. I think that's something we will chase during the January window, without a shadow of a doubt. How long is Max off the pitch for? If we see him before Christmas, I'd be baffled. I think you're probably looking after the January international break. If I'm honest with you, that's when I think we'll start to see him back in the team. If you just give me a second, I'll give you the dates on that and the game. I think at earliest, I think the earliest we'll see him is Wrexham at home. If I'm honest, yeah. They've said it's 6 to 8 weeks, but then you've got to get him back match fit and ready to go. So realistically, it's more like 8 to 12, in my opinion anyway. I did my hamstring about 7 or 8 years ago. I did dislocate my hip at the same time, so mine's a little bit different. But when I did my hamstring, I couldn't walk for 6 months. Now, obviously, I don't have the rehabilitation and stuff like that I didn't have the rehabilitation and stuff like that he will have and stuff like that, but we'll wait and see. Joe Wood is underrated, needs more game time. I agree. I think he'll get it now. Did you see Wrexham got a hat-trick? Yeah. I thought Wrexham were decent, to be fair. I think Thompson could potentially go, but I'd hate to see it. I don't think he will, to be honest. Caden Jackson was so frustrating when he came on last game for the last few minutes to run around. Do you know something, though? That's just one of the things that he's going to do from now on. That's his job from now on. Don't understand why Tomo was given a new contract in the summer. Neither. I didn't think he was going to get one. He had a couple of options in League One, and obviously it just didn't seem to make sense for him. There isn't a January international break. There is... Oh, is it the FA Cup week? Is that FA Cup week then, Richard? Because there's no game from January 4th to January 17th. Are you going to the match? No, I'll be doing a live watch along though, Sam. So if you haven't already, hit follow. Did you go trick or treating? No, bro. No. I played Foot Champs instead and got angry at FIFA. That's what I did. If he starts, I agree he's a liability, but it's good to come on, defend a lead, run around for a bit. Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I think in terms of Caden Jackson, I think players like him, Ebro Adams, are brilliant to bring on 75th, 80th minute because they've got energy and they're pretty quick, so they can get the opportunity. What are you going, champs? 7 and 8, Sam. 7 and 8. Ajimang destroyed Jimmy Dunn. Dunn is awful. Fell off big time from last season. You going to the match? No, bro. I'm doing a live watch along. What team are you supporting? Derby County, bro. Derby County. Score predictions: 3-2 Derby. I've been doing a Derby past and present. It's so hard on this FIFA. Yeah, the appreciate the gifts, Lee, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate the follow, DCFC884. Yeah, evolutions this year have been a bit odd, to be quite honest with you. Thought Tomo was going to be like a Sibley deal. Yeah, I thought Tomo was going to go, to be honest. Langas header will happen today, trust me. Let's hope. Yeah, it's FA Cup weekend on around 10th, 11th of November. I was talking January. Because we don't have a game from the, I think it's the 4th to the 17th. GK Evo is helpful. Yeah. I'm not Evo my Derby players because I'm going to use them for the silver tournaments. I am. Hang on, let me just get the fixtures up for Derby again. Yeah, we don't have a game from the 4th to the 17th. Caden Jackson could have padded our lead if he'd played through Brewster after Brewster made a great run, but he didn't look up. Yeah, I agree. Zetterstrom, Ward, Clark, Sanderson, Elder, Johnston, Thompson, Langas, Ajimang, Morris, Diaz. Johnston's injured, or is that FIFA? Meant January for the FA Cup. Fair enough. 11:30 on the train at 12:10, arriving at 1. Decent. I think Jackson is the type of player to cost us in those final minutes. I think it depends on the situation. I'm watching West Brom with Chef Wed 12:30 kickoff. So if you start at 2, you won't be able to join until about 2:30. That's all right, bro. Don't worry. Will Owen Beck be able to play? I don't think he'll be involved today. To be completely honest, I don't think he'll be involved. Kane and Jackson stealing and living off Derby. What happens with Wednesday? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They probably won't get sorted till April, May, but they'll be fine. They will go down, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? How many games have we got to go to while the missus ain't here? 1, 2. Oh, decent. Only 2. That's good. That is good. But yeah, I think we're in a fairly decent position, to be fair, heading into today's game. I don't think you can do much complaining about the way we've played in recent weeks. To be completely honest, we've certainly turned it around. Oh, this guy. Come on, you Rams. Absolutely. Cut the bro out, you don't live in the Bronx. What do you mean? I call everybody bro. It's just me, bro. How's it doing, bro? How you doing, Simon, bro? You don't even think Beck will be on the bench? I think he'll be on the bench, but won't come on. Yeah, I don't think he'll be on it. I don't think he'll be on the bench. He will want him to play an 18s game, 18s or 21s game or something first. Score prediction, I say 1-0 Derby. I've got 3-2 Derby. That's what I've got. Can't believe Blackburn only giving us that ticket allocation. How are you going to watch it if it's at 3 on a Saturday? If you want to know DCFC 1884, you need to head on over to my YouTube channel. There's a link in the description for NordVPN. Buy yourself the VPN. I think it works out around £2 a month. And then you can get Rams TV on the US server to be able to watch the game. That is what I will be doing. Can't believe Blackburn only giving us that ticket allocation. Yeah, it's odd. He did say he will try and give Owen Beck game time. We'll hopefully be able to play. I don't think he'll play today, if I'm honest. Sorry I missed yesterday. I was at a party. Love you. Welcome back, Freddie. What was the champs record? We went 7-8, but if you go and watch like the last 20 minutes of the VOD, opened up all my packs, got some really good pulls. Really good pulls. Where's your Mrs. Gordon Lewis? Who with and how long for? New Zealand with my mum to see my mum's friend. And they're there for about 3 weeks. Trying to complete the 92 over the next couple of years. 14th today. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It'll be 16 by next Sunday. Love that, bro. Went to England women on Tuesday night at Pride Park. Was a great game and great atmosphere. Yeah, it looked a good game. It did look a good game. I've been to 7, but only 4 following Derby. 1 following Derby women and 2 as a neutral. Decent. Can't believe I got Blackburn tickets, even with that allocation. Yeah, the allocation was ridiculous. The allocation was absolutely nuts. It was. But we'll be alright. We'll batter them. They'll cry. Welcome to football. So you were live for 5 hours yesterday. Did you need the toilet? How long was I live for yesterday? That is a good question. Let me see how long I actually was live for yesterday. Channel. How do you find your VODs? Hang on. Here we go. Analytics. Overview. Hours streamed. Yesterday, yeah, I was live for 5.5 hours. I don't really have to worry about that at the moment. Because I've got to go in and check on the dog every like 45 minutes or so. So, yeah. Are you going Blackburn away? No, I'll be live for it though. Imagine we beat them 7-0. It'll be unbelievable. Up the Blade says T. How you doing, NFC bro? So you're home alone for 3 weeks? Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But my brother will pop round. Like, I'll have family come round and stuff. I'm not literally on my own. But yeah. Ooh, the under 18s are playing. Happy Halloween from yesterday. Back at you, bro. Back at you. A Derby fan's confident going into this one. I'm a United fan and I think we'll lose. I think it's an interesting one, to be honest with you, mate, because it's definitely a game that we could win. And I think you're a team that if we hit you hard with pressure early on, I think you'll crumble because of the situation you're in. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we'll win 3-2, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. You can win today. I hope so. A win today, and we'll be edging ever closer to those playoff positions, which is where realistically we all want to be. Are you going to get all your going to get all your goal reactions from watch-alongs together for a YouTube short? Yes, I'm going to do that while the missus is away because I've got a lot more. Obviously, I've got a lot more time. And then once I've done one, once I've caught up on them, I'm there. It'll then be so much easier to just do it straight after the stream, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the plan. What's the prediction? 3-2 Derby against Sheffield United. I think points shared between us today. Could happen. I think Forest will I think you'll be fine. But you've got Deitch now. I think you'll be fine. I don't even know what does the Premier League even look like right now. Let me go and look at the Premier League table. You're only 3 points off safety after 9 games. You'll be fine. Genuinely, you'll be fine. You will. You'll be absolutely fine. Did Chesterfield in the last international break? Did Notts County before the break? Welcome in Central Stage Q. Gone the Rams 3-1 Derby. Absolutely. Let's hope. Lewis, what's your prediction? Man U versus Forest. Is Mason Mount fit or is Mason Mount injured? That's the big question on the lips for me. That is the big question on the lips. I really want a really good Mason Mount card to come on FIFA because he will go straight into my team. I do not give a fuck. But if I'm honest, I think United will win. I think United win 2-0. If I'm honest. I think United will win 2-0. Let's have a look at the head-to-head. Who's out for Forest? Gunn, Aina, Zivchenko, Bakawa, and Wood. Don't think Forest will go down as much as I hate to say it. Think they'll finish comfortably mid-table. Fair enough. Aina may be fit. Fair enough. Can you do another Forest hate watch soon? Yes, I think they play. When do they play on a Sunday? They play next Sunday, so I might be able to do next Sunday. I'm playing Manager Career right now on FC26. Decent. When FIFA give Derby a special card, I've got no idea. We've got to actually perform. We've got to do well. We've got to score a lot of goals, and we'll go from there. That Man United fan can nearly get his hair cut. Do you know something? I really hope he. I hope he gets it. But the thing is, he's probably hoping that they lose because if he does get it, what's it called? It will disappear. His whole moment will disappear. It will. Because his moment is purely based on that. It is. I think Derby lose this game, to be honest. Blades have something to prove after their last game. I don't think we should be too upset if Derby don't get points, but obviously the more the merrier. I agree. Are you going to be live on YouTube every day now on the gaming channel as well? So when I do my once I've sorted out like the software and stuff, we will do the gaming streams on YouTube and Twitch. But I need to sort it out, to be honest. And we're not just going to be playing FC, we're going to play other games as well. That's sort of one of the reasons why I've sort of made the gaming channel, so I can sort of do a bit of everything. It just opens up more doors, doesn't it, to be fair? It opens up more doors. Last season, Harness was robbed of the Team of the Week. Yes, he was. I'll be honest though, I didn't even play it last week. Appreciate the follow, NFC bro. Appreciate the follow. Out of interest, what rating is Mason Mount this year on FIFA? I've not even looked at his card because I packed CC, so I didn't need it. Mount, 77 rated. That is a joke. That is a joke. But yeah, we're cooking. We are cooking on some highly flammable liquids. Let's see what's going on. We've just had a tweet from Derby. I'm guessing it'll be the under-18 team, won't it? Is it the under-18 team? Yes, it is. See, I know what I'm talking about. I know what to expect. Who in that team? Joseph Connor, James Ward, Kieran Clark, Charlie Mountain, Casey Gill, Israel Green, Mintus, Charlie Smith, Stokes, Asher Taylor. They were all when I was there. How do you feel about 50 subs on the gaming channel? Decent. It's obviously good, isn't it? Just got to keep posting, keep pushing. Are you coming today? I'll be live on here. But yeah, just got to keep pushing. Keep getting the videos out. Keep getting the subscribers in. I've got an FM26 save coming to the channel. I want to get a couple of videos ahead. So right now I've got 2 recorded. I want to try and get like a week's worth recorded before I post it. Will you put the match up on TikTok? Not allowed. It will get my account will get banned, and I'd rather not get my account banned if I'm honest. Banter Club. Cheers, Jaden. That's why everyone from your club leaves to join us. So I went out on loan to Alfreton yesterday. Yeah, it was Harry Hawkins, I believe. I believe it was Harry Hawkins. Let me just go and check. Harry. Harley Price went extended his loan at Worcester, and Harry Hawkins joined Alfreton Town. FA Cup first round today. We'll keep you updated with all the scores, Championship scores, and the Premier League scores as well. Love that. I support Forest Sunshine. Can only think of one player ever that's gone to Derby, ruined his career. Which player is that? Because I can probably tell you a couple more. To be honest with you, but hey ho. And if you say Tyrese Forner, he ruined his own career. Derby 2-1 says Matt Pollard. Ben Brereton is a new one. Yeah, he is a new one. Didn't ruin his career. When will Derby's FA Cup? I've got no idea, to be honest, Hudson. No idea. I'm not going to lie. Who comes in for Johnston? Niambi is the obvious pick, but worried will go to about 4. Nah, I think it'll be Joe Ward. I think Joe Ward makes the most sense, if I'm honest. Of all the players that could come in, I think Joe Ward is the one that makes sense. If you had to pick a second team, who would it be? Realistically, Derby is obviously my main team. In terms of the Premier League, I've always liked watching Chelsea. Until recently, when West Ham started losing, I've always enjoyed watching West Ham. So it would probably be Chelsea or West Ham, to be fair. It would. You Rams, welcome in, Pete. Do you think Ebu will start today? No. Derby 2-1. Adams to get a yellow and Morris to score. Let's hope. Let's hope and pray. Forgot all about Ward, to be honest. Yeah, it's easily done. Easily done. Did you see Luton Forest Green score last night? What a game. Jerry Yates set up the winning goal. What was the score? Wilshire's in charge now, isn't he? You mean his second team to support? If so, my local non-league side is Hina. Fair enough. I think I've said thanks for the follow already, Pete. But if I haven't, thank you for the follow. Setting off to Sheffield in a few minutes. Last time I saw his win at Bramall Lane was promotion clincher in 1987 when Phil G scored the only goal in front of nearly 10,000 Rams fans. We absolutely love that. We absolutely love it. Let's hope today we can get another victory. Fingers crossed. We're hoping, we're praying, we're doing all of that jazz. That is what we are doing. We're hoping that we can get it done. We're hoping that we can pick up the 3 points, but ultimately We never, ever know. Hopefully, though, I am hopeful. I do have faith in the boys today. I do have faith in the boys. I think there's plenty of quality out there in the squad. Touchwood, Forest win. Touchwood, Forest lose. Luton won 4-3, 3-0 up. Forest Green came back to draw 3-3. Then Luton made it 4-3 in the last minute. Forest Green missed a sitter at the end to make it 4-4. Crazy. Was the game on ITV or something? Don't see many Rams fans on here. Played at Pride Park in a charity match once. Great guy. Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's not really many Derby County creators, to be honest. There is a new podcast that has popped up recently. I think it's called Where the Rams Walk or something like that. I've not given it a listen yet, but we will see sort of how that goes and if they can stick with the consistency. Joe Ward is so good at crossing just to get Ajimang's head on. Easy goal, exactly. 2-0 today. World should start over Niambi. Suits the system so well. Austin Brewster scoring plus Carlton Morris. Let's hope. We are 4-1 to win. Bargain odds. Let's hope. Rams Talk is also is very good. Great lads too. Yeah, I know a couple of the Rams Talk boys. Played in a charity game with them a few years ago. They're doing very, very well with their stuff. Luke Pingu, yeah. He used to live stream every day, didn't he? But I don't think he's streamed in a while. I hope he's okay. I know he's still posting videos, but I haven't actually seen him stream in a while. Let me search. Luke Pingu. When was he last live? It doesn't say. His last clip was 4 months ago. So, yeah. Pingu does Twitch fairly regularly. Yeah. Usually. I don't know why he hasn't been recently. You Reds, what's the weather like down there? It's been awful the last day or so. I'm not going to lie. But today, it's dry at the moment as it stands. Just signed Max Bird for 4 mil. Love that. The game was on TNT, might be on BBC as well. Fair. What pictures have you got in your room? Just random pictures of me and my missus and football and shit like that. Another Derby creator is Goalhanger. Yeah, Goalhanger's decent. Goalhanger is decent. Then you've got Steve Bloomer's washing. Yeah, Rams Review. I was actually on Rams Review a couple of times. Appreciate the follow, Jaden. But they haven't asked me to be on in like a year. Hey ho. Life is life. But yeah, there's some fairly decent Derby creators out there. There is. It's just about... didn't there used to be a vlogger called Kia Molly? Yeah. He doesn't do Derby stuff anymore. He talks about UFC and shit, which I think is quite interesting because he had a decent... He was getting really good numbers. And he worked with Derby at one point as well. He's got 6.3 thousand subscribers, but doesn't post stuff anymore. Well, he still posts, but it's not about now, if that makes sense. What episodes were you on Rams Review so I can watch you? It was on what is it called? It was on Spotify. Just checked and Pingo's uploaded several videos this week, so probably probably. Who's your favourite Derby player that has ever played? I love Tom Ince. Thoughts on Brennan Johnson's goal at Piss Park back in 21-22? Can't remember it, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Can't remember it. When was his last high view video? Like, look, 6 or 7 years ago, his videos were getting like 10k views a video, which is unreal. It is outrageous. His most recent good video was a UFC video, which was 2 months ago. But he doesn't post anymore. He doesn't. Well, he posts, just not good stuff. Paul Warne is still a legend. He's a decent bloke, isn't he? Paul Warne's a decent bloke. You can't complain about it, can you? He's a very good bloke, is what I have to say. Up the Rams. I've heard of Keon Morley. Yeah, he used to post Derby stuff. Now he does UFC stuff and doesn't get the views it once did. Let's put it that way. Lewis, what is your team for today? Are you going to get it up on screen like the last few streams? To be honest with you, I don't actually think there's much point because it's the exact same as what it was last week, apart from Johnston out, obviously. That's the only change that I'd really make. It is. That is the only change that I would make. Unfortunately. When will CBT be able to play? I believe it's back. I believe it's back now. But I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Interviewed him once talking about being a PE teacher and he was so charismatic. Yeah, he is. I bet he's really good to talk to. I was at Derby for his first season, but I was with the academy, so I didn't really sort of get into it with him. How's Eustace? Over the last couple of games, phenomenal. Didn't he get injured in training? Yes, before the game last week. We won't go into administration again. We won't. We're all right. We're all right right now. We are all good in the hood. CBT injured, confirmed on Derbyshire Live. You confirmed it on Derbyshire Live. Got a knock. Yeah, that was for last game. That was for the last game. This one, he's fine. From what Eustace said in his media, unless he lied. Unless he lied. Do you live in Derby? If so, I'm sorry to hear. I do live in Derby. You don't need to be sorry to hear it. I'd rather live in Derby than Nottingham. We are, what, 4 hours from kickoff? It's not bad, is it? Derby's a cool city, nightlife is decent. I'll be honest, I'm not really a night outer. I'm not going to lie. I'm a massive, massive homebody. I've always been a homebody. I don't think I've heard anyone say that Derby is literally a shithole. Yeah, but it's my shithole. Baby Platinum in Derby, highly recommend. Whatever the fuck that is. You can tell how much I go at. I'm like the least social butterfly ever. If you're comparing Derby nightlife to Notts, something is wrong. I don't do nightlife in either. And I haven't done nightlife in either. I don't intend to do nightlife in either. So, come on you Rams. Let's hope, bro. Let's hope. 3 points is heading our way. Let's put it that way. 3 points is coming. Trust me on that one. Derby County. When you went on the pitch, when we went up, did you take a piece of grass home as a memento when you went off? No, I didn't actually. I didn't even think about doing that, to be fair. Ozo or Ibu to start, which one you picking? Ozo every day of the week. Twice on a Sunday, 3 times on a Monday, 4 times on a Tuesday. You know how the rest goes. People from Derby Uni legit come on the Red Arrow to Notts for a good time, then Uber back. I went to Derby Uni. Derby used to have good nightlife. Ibu over Travis. Only if Travis physically can't play. Nice tree with 2 stars. Proudly should be your graphic. Yeah, cool. Lifelong Ram, but the city of Nottingham is better in every way. Shh, Mikey. Shush. Don't tell them that. How you doing, Manons? How you doing, bro? You can't tell them. No PL, 12:30 kickoff today. Games. Is there not? I thought there was one. Oh, it's FA Cup, innit? It's Chelmsford Braintree. Is there a championship one? Yeah. There's Leicester Blackburn, Norwich Hull, West Brom Sheffield. Leicester Blackburn will be a good game. It will. Travis has got 3 leaks left of his injury. Yeah. Hopefully he's back. Hopefully, when he's fit, we see better Travis. Didn't Travis say he's got about 3 weeks? Yes. I think he said that at the thing yesterday. I think we win 1-0. Let's hope, Jay. Let's hope. 2-1 Derby, says Harry, you Rams. We can hope and pray. That's literally all I'll be doing. I'll be hoping, I'll be praying. Fingers crossed we can pick up 3 points. Like I said earlier, I'm watching West Brom vs Sheffield at 12:30. Yeah. I'm very forgetful, you see, Richard. Very forgetful. I'm a very forgetful human being, let's put it that way. That's the song they should play when Max Johnston returns. When he walks back out onto the pitch. That'd be sick. That'd genuinely be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable techers. Unbelievable techers. We've got 11 people in the portrait chat. If you're in portrait, head on over to my channel, click subscribe and join the normal one. 1-1 draw, which I would take as a blade. Fair enough. Are you planning to go to any away games soon? No, I don't have any plans to. If I miraculously get some tickets, I might go, but I can't say it's a plan of mine. Lewis, love how when there's no comments, you just fill the time with random noises. I'm the goat at noises. That is me. I am the autism. I am the noisemaker. We don't do silence in this chat. We don't do silence. When are you going to stop the portrait streams? I don't know. They get good numbers. Like, there's 200... in terms of total views, there's 257 over there. There's 61 here. I might not do a portrait one later and see how the watch-along does without the portrait. Derby under-21s lost 3-0 to Norwich last night. Yeah. Curtis Nelson played, didn't he? I don't know if he played the full 90, though. Let me have a look. Did my good pal Curtis Nelson play the full 90? Let me take a look. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. I wish it told me. Let's check SofaScore. What happened with / after your academy career? What do you mean? Like, when I worked at Derby Academy? Or when I was playing football? Lewis, random question, but what's the best sound in football? Once you've scored a goal, after you've scored a goal, that is always the best. Or the collective boo. The collective boo at half time when everyone thinks you've been shit. Come on, Sheffield United says Alfie. Score predictions today, Lewis. Mine's 2-1 Rams. Brewster or Diaz goal against their former clubs and the centre back ran out of characters. No worries, bro. No worries. I think we'll win 3-2. That's what I've got. Yeah, Nelson played 60 minutes last night and then was replaced by Rio Canaville. Why are our 21s so shit? That's the real question. Yeah, I've just got it up. Ida, I've only just stumbled upon your channel. I've just subscribed. Love that. So, I played when I was younger. Sorry, had trials at a couple of clubs, but it never really went anywhere. The one trial where I think I would have I probably had a place set in stone. I had one at Derby. I then dislocated my hip and tore my hamstring like 3 days after. So my mum never told me whether I got in or I didn't get in because I couldn't go to the next part of the trial. So it didn't really matter. Then in terms of non-playing, I spent a year at Derby County's academy in the analysis department and then spent a year at... what's it called? I spent a year at Doncaster Rovers as well, in the academy, and I did a couple of first team bits as well there. So, yeah, now we just sit here and talk shit about football. Game's the game. How you doing, Beza bro? How you doing? Who to score? Morris, Ajimang, Langas. Let's go with that. Mate, had a trial with Stoke City. Decent. Love that. Love that. Lewis, have you ever broken a bone? Touch wood. I never have. No, but I have. I've dislocated toes, thumbs. Yeah, so definitely an interesting scenario for myself. I dislocated my thumb and it turned into a fucking chicken nugget. It was ridiculous. I've had like 5 concussions. So realistically, probably explains why I'm a little bit nuts. Dislocated hip on the right side. So been a bit shy. How you doing, Leo, bro? Score predictions 3-2 Derby County, bro. My mate in my team plays for the year above in Leicester's academy. Is he allowed to play? Because he must be on trial. If he's got a proper contract, he shouldn't be allowed to play outside of the academy. What more do you know on Texter? I'm going to do a stream talking about it on Monday, Nate. So make sure you're about. I'm going to talk about Texter, Klaus, and what I think is going to happen. You play for Burton? Go on, Leo, son. I'm going to do a stream at Monday at some point, and we're going to discuss all of it. We are. All the lads that were at Derby when I was there, they weren't allowed to play for their school team unless they were only on trial. And they weren't allowed to play for their weekend team while they were on trial. Broke 2 fingers on one hand, and it's the hand I right with. I'm a goalkeeper as well. He's got a trial. Yeah. I thought it would be a trial. I thought you were doing a stream about Texter on Thursday. Yeah, I had some huge technical difficulties. It wouldn't connect to YouTube. So we're gonna do it again. We are. Is the Texter stream going to be Monday 6 p.m? Might be a bit earlier. But I'll put a post out anyway. I will. I might do like 4 till 5:30, something like that. Hang on. Sorry, pal. Love a good break of a hand, let's put it that way. Isn't dislocating something the same as breaking something? No, so a break, the bone snaps, essentially. Whereas with a dislocation, the bone just moves out of position. And my hip has never been right since. Never. Like, it used to... Obviously, I carried on playing because I was only like 13, 14. I carried on playing till maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And my hip used to like swell after games and stuff like that. Like that area. It was an absolute joke. But it didn't ever stop me playing. It was always fine while I was running or whatever. But it just used to seize up after. I think we win 2-1. Morris, Bobby Clark and Ben Mee. I'd take that, to be fair, Beza. Scoreline prediction today. I say 3-2, Dan. 3-2. If it is okay if I call you Dan, by the way. But yeah, so we're going to call it there. I'm going to hop off stream. I'm going to go and have something to eat. Get a couple of things done for content for my other channels. And for, 3-2 Derby, Dan, yeah. Get some content sorted for my other channels and stuff like that. And then we'll be back between 2 and 1:30 for Derby County versus Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. If you haven't done so already, whatever platform you're on, hit like, hit follow. If you're on Twitch, follow, subscribe if you want to as well. Appreciate the follow, Arch, bro. I think it'll be 1-0 Derby Agimang. I think it's going to be 1-0 or 1-1. Wouldn't be surprised. Lewis, check out Matt SB, the Coventry fan thumbnail for his live stream for Coventry's game away at Wrexham. I'll go and take a look at that, and then we will call it a day. Matt SB. Matt SB. Oh, decent. Love that. I really need like a thumbnail editor and a video editor, but I'm not minted enough to do that right now. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We're going to say goodbye on TikTok first, so I'll see you later over there on TikTok. We're going to end the live now. Thank you for stopping by. Hit follow, hit like, check out my other content. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. And then we will end the stream on YouTube. Thank you for stopping by. I will catch you in a couple of hours' time. See you later. Bye-bye.